Hello everyone, today I will present about the Vietnam War and how different generations view about it. So the purpose of this presentation is to show everyone how different generations, aka generational gap, changes the point of view of certain events, which in this case is the Vietnam War. But first of all, what is the Vietnam War? The Vietnam War is a 20-year-long conflict between the North and the South. The North supports the communist regime and the South supports the capitalist regime. The USA supports the South Vietnam, and the US tries and prevent the domino effect from happening. But what is this domino effect? This is a basic model of the domino effect. The domino effect is like communism spreading from country to country like falling dominoes, from China all the way to India. So the reason why the other countries that have fought the US lost is because, one, the US has very modern technology, which at that time is the F-4 Phantom, and their raw explosive power is supported by the M107 self-propelled artillery. With some of its shells can destroy entire buildings. But the Vietnamese armies only have small arms weapons, such as the AK style weapons, which is very hard to fight against the B-52 and the F-4 Phantom, because they have very thick metal armor that cannot be penetrated. But we have one thing. It is the jungles and the tunnel system, and we use that to our advantage, and that's why we won the war and the US have to retreat in 1972. So what does the generations think about it anyway? Here's some questions I surveyed people way before I did this. And so the first gens think Ho Chi Minh and the war as an instrument to gain back Vietnamese independence and end of foreign domination, and they were very grateful. But the South often remembers destruction and the loss of life, which they were very scared of. The second generations are the children of the first gens, or the people who lived through the war as kids. They were afraid to cooperate with either side, because if they cooperate with the Viet Cong, the Americans would punish them severely. They were very terrified and hopeless because they couldn't do anything. And the third generations, the people who did not experience the war, they didn't know much because they were taught by books, just like I do. They think it's a struggle for independence and end of foreign domination, and I personally think that the war harmed Vietnam the most because, well, the Agent Orange, as known as Chất độc màu da cam, is still existing long after the war ended. In conclusion, I reviewed the Vietnam War, how it happened, how it ended, and show what different generations think about it. Thank you for listening.